nutrition. 20 weeks out from the Delirious West, so getting closer. Nutrition was kind of the third of the 4 key things that I thought we needed to be doing right about now to make sure we're ready for the race, just to give us time to get training on it. So we'll just talk a little bit about what I use for nutrition during the race, and hopefully it gives you a little bit of an insight, helps you kind of work out how to put a plan together and get you kicked off. Now, as you can see, I'm certainly not a nutritionist, and there are still a lot of things I can learn, but over a lot of years of endurance, I figure out what gets me through a race, and yeah, I'm going to share them thoughts with you. So look, before we get too far into it, thanks everybody so much that kind of watched and commented and left remarks on the gear last week video. The response was awesome. Most views in the first week of any video I've done, I think. So really happy with the feedback on that, guys, and the comments below. Same again this week. Leave any comments below. I'd like to get your thoughts on the videos too. If you've got a little tip or a little secret that'll help me out, please share. If it'll help somebody else out, brilliant. The key for all these videos is that we're helping communicate and helping others that maybe haven't gone through what we've gone through yet. So please don't be frightened to share. So getting into it, using kind of the tablet this week, just a few notes and the Excel spreadsheet where I kind of just put a list of food on it so that I can one, it uses like a bit of a training plan come race day. I kind of know the list of stuff that I kind of have to get prepped and ready for it. And then 2, just as planning purposes, it just kind of this year I've gone into kind of how many calories is in per 100 grams of each of the things, so that it gives me an overall idea how many calories I can be getting in.
Think of it as a shopping list that you can continue to add to as the race comes closer and you experiment with more food. That'll be my plan.
Our bodies can only kind of absorb 250 kind of calories an hour comfortably without causing stress or issues kind of out there. 250 is an average, so for the like of myself with a bit more gut, I probably can handle anything up to 300, 350. For the lighter guys that are maybe even quicker and going at a higher tempo, probably going to struggle to get in more than 200. So work out over the next kind of few weeks just what you feel comfortable getting in terms of calories per hour. Just make a rough note. I don't break it in and weigh food and go to that much detail. I've got too much other things happening in my life, and I'm not at the pointy end of the stick enough to actually go into that dedication of weighing food and eating and worrying about every gram of fat, protein and carbs. But certainly they do say that kind of 60% carbs, 25% fat and 15% protein is kind of the recommended intakes in terms of percentages. Again, really depends on how much you want to go into it. So take all them things into consideration whenever you're doing your plan. So if we jump into it, I haven't just set all this stuff out on the table because I'm hungry, although I am hungry. It's more so to kind of run through a few things and break it up. And quite often this is the way I'll get my crew to set up the aid station table, just so that there's an option for me to grab whatever I feel is nice at the time. Because bear in mind, I've done plans for kind of Ironman, I've done plans for marathons where you know you're going to be kind of 4 hours or 12 hours, and And you can kind of work it out, and you can take gels for 12 hours and energy drinks and go through that and be perfectly fine. The problem comes in whenever you're doing kind of 100-mile races where you're going for kind of 24 hours plus, in my case 36 for my first, 33 for my first, 200 milers, 100 hours at a time. It's very hard to plan a plan where you know you won't get sick of that food and you won't be feeling like poop come the time. So what I always advise is having as much selection as possible, ready and available at that given moment. If you're not fancying another gel, if you're not fancying another orange or another apple, or if you're not fancying more dates and nuts, that there's something else available on the table for you to grab. And be nice to your crews, because it does mean them putting out a lot more stuff and having it ready for you, but it will help come day 2, day 3, day 4 from my experience. So kind of a few things that I go through, we'll kind of go through with what's on the table first. Nuts, almond nuts, lots of good calories in the nuts, carbs, fats and protein, and I will put this little Excel spreadsheet at the end of the video, give you a chance to run through it and kind of get the things in it. But some of the nuts I kind of like is just plain almond nuts, dry roasted peanuts. There's a salt and vinegar peanut which has lots of salt on it, which is also good. Cashew nuts. What I like to do is take a little kind of seal bag, and I'll quite often I'll put some dates in it, and I will put some sunflower seeds in it, some raisins, some nuts, throw a little bit extra salt in there, and I'll just give it a good shake up. I'll probably only quarter fill it, so there's roughly about 200 calories in a bag, and I'll take 3, 4, 5 bags, whatever it is, and I'll have them sitting so that each aid station I come, I grab that bag and off I go. Is a really good way to keep all your nutrition in one little bag and get you moving. Real food, so you don't really notice you're thinking. Just be careful. Nuts, while you're out in the trail, if you haven't trained with them, you haven't worked with them, it's not like squirting a gel in and on you go. There's a lot of munching, a lot of crunching. You might have to slow the pace down a little bit to get in, but it's a 200-mile race, so don't stress too much. Even if you have to walk to get the right fuel in, it's definitely going to be worth it. So that's kind of the nuts that I go through. Some of the fruits that I have, just some of them here today: banana, orange, apple, avocado. Nothing like the taste of nice natural fruit to get started. I really enjoy it. Whenever I'm coming into the aid station, you know, you can't have the energy or the kind of nut bars and cereal bars, but I find that I get a bit sick of them after a while, so that's why I like to go with the fruit to mix it up a little bit. Calories in the fruit, not an awful lot. You're going to eat not an awful lot more. It's really just to top up, taste your mouth, absorbs quick, so it's good from that point of view. Then what I usually do is, so I'll go with my kind of real food, get some of my 250 calories an hour from that, so I'll kind of nibble on these things. I'll also then have an energy drink, so I'll have, this year I'm going to go with High Five as well as Tailwind. There's very little difference between the two in terms of calories. 500 ml of both gets you roughly 370, is it? 370 calories. High Five 372, Tailwind 370, so there's virtually no difference between the two. I just found last year going with purely Tailwind, again going back to repetitiveness, after a few days I was getting sick of it kind of. So and I have worked with in the past Powerade, just a little mix you can kind of get it at a lot of the supermarkets and things like that there. It wasn't until this morning that I realised how little calories is in it per 100 ml compared to Tailwind or thing. you're talking about a third of the calories that's in it, and yeah, I was really shocked on that, a third of the sodium. So yes, nice and easy to drink. I don't have any stomach issues with it, but you're not going to get the same calorie intake from it as thing. The other drink that I go with is Coca-Cola. I've used Coca-Cola whenever I've hit some really bad times in races before, and it must be the caffeine that does it in it, because it gives you a kick, gets you back to life again. You have to kind of slow build in it. Again, recommend training with it, because if you don't, it can be quite hard on you. But again, kind of Coke, you're talking 370 calories in this for per 500 ml. Coke, you're talking 215 for 500 ml. This here, you're only talking Powerade, you're only talking 125 per calories per 500 ml. So the Coke's somewhere in between these in terms of calories per hour, but the caffeine really helps. Really gives you a bit of a boost, so I would use it as a backup. Red Bulls, things like that, I did use it in my first race. My first 100-mile race was the first time I ever used Red Bull on that. Energy drinks, there's a lot can go wrong with them, so just as I said, please train with what you're going to be using to give yourself the best chance as possible. The other thing here is High Five and a lot of other brands do a zero calorie, zero sugary salt tab. So it's pretty much just an electrolytes. Drop a couple of them into your bottle and off you go. So depending on how hot it is and how warm it is, that's what I do. So going back to kind of a third of my calories that come from a sports drink, so I guess kind of sip on it every hour, the whole way through each hour. I know roughly, as long as I'm getting kind of half a bottle in, I'm getting about 100 calories from that particular drink, whatever it is. And then by the time I munch on a few nuts or a few dates or some seeds or whatever is coming out of the real food pile, that gets me about another 100 calories an hour. And this is where I'm going to go back to the gels this year. I haven't done gels in quite a few years. I'm going back with the High Five gels again this year. I have tried Goo earlier on in the year and a few different brands that are thick and quite hard to swallow and get down. These are good watery gels and kind of go down quite easy. Taste fairly good too. So my plan is to top up my calories with the like of these gels as well, so that I'm not getting sick of all these other things come day 1, day 2 and day 3. And even if I do get sick of them, it's a case of pulling out whatever. I think there's about 200 calories, just over 100 calories in each of these. So pull out a gel, squeeze it in, you're getting 90 odd calories in. So a couple of gels every hour is getting you close to your intake of your calories. So that's kind of how I plan to go through my my calories this year. As I say, it's a fairly simple plan because I have tried complicated plans for longer events, and they just for me, I just find that I can work for half a race with them and then it all goes out the window. So rather than get to that point, I like to give myself as much opportunity to train with as many different things so that I can get used to as many things. Some of the other things that I quite like out on the trail as real food, and this is more at aid stations, I'll eat. On the way down to a race, I'll sometimes stop and get a Domino's Veggie Trio, spicy Veggie Trio pizza, which is a plant-based pizza that Domino's do. A couple of slices of that usually gets me a couple of 100 calories, 230 for things, so you're talking about 115 calories per slice of that. So I'll usually get one of them and eat a couple of them on the way down through. Some hot soup, it's quite nice at the aid stations. Sandwiches of any description. real food. Last year Gary Taylor brought down a bag of chips for me that were absolutely amazing, because they were just what I needed at that time, or a low point, and just something totally different. Burgers, maybe try some plant-based burgers this year, and yeah, so kind of get used to eating as much as you can. Another thing you might want to think of is eat, run, because a lot of people get into the habit of the old mentality of eating an hour before you're doing any training, or a couple of hours between you're doing any training, or you get up in the morning, you go on an empty stomach, which is all things that I do and I feel better for doing. But during this race you're going to have to eat and run, or else you're going to lose a lot of time sitting waiting until your food digests. So bear that in mind, get out, train with it, and make it happen. So look, I hope you've got something from this video. As I say, if you've got any feedback or anything that you think that potentially will help myself or others do better, please share. Don't be greedy keeping it to yourself. Let us know what you do for nutrition. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll get this little kind of spreadsheet up into this video somewhere. It might come in now for an extended period of time, and again, it just kind of it's like a checklist of foods that I think I'm going to need to take with me, and I'll just keep adding to it as I keep trying with it as things go on. So thanks for watching. Tune in next week. We're going to be talking on planning for the actual race itself and getting into the planning details on it. And thanks for giving up your time watching today.